The school day started like any other. The teacher arrived early, greeting students as they entered the classroom. The children were young, 6 years old. Laughter filled the room. Backpacks were placed on the floor. Small voices echoed as the lesson began. Nothing felt wrong. No alarms, no arguments, no visible danger. In a place built for learning and trust, nobody imagined that a gun was already inside the classroom. Hidden, loaded, and deadly. Without warning, a single gunshot rang out. The sound was loud, sharp, and final. At first, the teacher didn't understand what had happened. The noise didn't belong in a classroom. It didn't make sense. There was confusion, then pain. A bullet had struck her. Time slowed. The room seemed to fade. Her body collapsed to the floor as children screamed and scattered in fear. Blood spread quickly. The teacher lay still. In that moment, she believed she had died. Later, she would testify that the pain was immediate and overwhelming. She couldn't move. She couldn't scream. Her body felt heavy, disconnected. Her mind went quiet. She believed her life was over. As she lay there, surrounded by terrified children and chaos, she thought this was how it ended, on the floor of a classroom, during a lesson she never got to finish. The place she trusted most had become a crime scene. Other teachers rushed toward the sound of the gunshot. Classrooms went into lockdown. Emergency calls flooded in. Police, paramedics, and administrators arrived within minutes. The teacher was still alive, barely. She was rushed to hospital, fighting for her life as doctors worked urgently to save her. The bullet had caused severe injuries, and the damage would change her life forever. But the shock didn't stop there. The shooter was not an outsider. It was one of her students, 6 years old. Investigators confirmed what nobody wanted to believe. The gun had been brought to school by a child. A 6-year-old student had accessed a firearm and brought it into the classroom, where it was later used to shoot his own teacher. Questions flooded in immediately. How did a child get access to a gun? Why was it not secured? How did it make it past the school gates? And most importantly, how could something like this happen at all? Police launched a full investigation, focusing not just on the incident, but on the failures that allowed it to happen. Attention turned to the child's home. Authorities examined how the firearm was stored, who was responsible for it, and whether warning signs had been ignored. School administrators were questioned. Reports emerged that concerns about the child's behavior may have been raised before the shooting, concerns that some claimed were not taken seriously enough. The tragedy was no longer just about one gunshot. It was about a system that failed at every level. The teacher survived, but survival came at a cost. She underwent multiple surgeries. Physical pain was constant. Emotional trauma ran even deeper. She struggled with fear, anxiety, and memories that replayed endlessly. The classroom, once her passion, became a reminder of violence. Simple sounds startled her. Loud noises triggered flashbacks. Sleep was difficult. Peace was rare. Yet, she chose to speak. When she later testified, her words were calm but powerful. She described the moment she was shot, the silence afterward, the belief that she had died. Her testimony was not driven by anger, but by truth. She wanted people to understand the reality of what happened inside that classroom, the consequences of negligence, the cost of ignoring warnings. Her voice represented not just herself, but teachers everywhere. The case shocked the public. News headlines spread rapidly. Parents, educators, and lawmakers demanded answers. Debates erupted about gun safety, parental responsibility, and school security. Many asked the same question. If a 6-year-old can bring a gun to school, what does that say about the system meant to protect children and teachers? This was not just a crime. It was a warning. The school reopened, but nothing felt the same. Desks were replaced, walls repainted, procedures revised. But no amount of change could erase what happened. The teacher's classroom would forever be remembered as the place where innocence was lost, not just for her, but for the children who witnessed the violence. A single moment had changed countless lives. This was supposed to be an ordinary school day. Instead, it became a reminder of how fragile safety truly is. A teacher went to work expecting to teach. She left believing she had died. This case is not just about a shooting. It's about responsibility, about prevention, and about the cost of failing to act before tragedy strikes. Because when a classroom becomes a crime scene, the damage lasts far beyond the final gunshot.